How's it going, everybody? Jason LaVaMedia here from RTV Incorporated at RealTourVision.com, and today I have an amazing video for you. It's one of my favorite kinds of videos to do. It is a health checkup video. This is the kind of video that I like to make where we are going to get you tuned in and set up for maximum efficiency and ready for all the spring and summer business that is to ensue. Now, today's video is going to be mostly about what we do over here at BlueLaVaMedia, what our settings are, what our preferences are, because typically what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So not everything is going to align. We manage 3 photographers out in the field, do about 1,400 shoots a year at BlueLaVaMedia, but we also have an operations administrator, so we might do things a little bit differently than you do if you are one person who is also shooting and managing other photographers, so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying. So not every situation is going to line up perfectly, but a lot of this will. I've got a lot packed into this video today, and we're going to take as much as we can and help you get set up. Now, keep in mind, there are a lot of other modules and training modules back in your help section that go into deeper dives on some of the things I'm going to be touching on today. So I want you to go right now. I want you to get a notepad. I want you to write down anytime you have got a question about anything we talk about, write it down. Give our support center a call by clicking the little support button in the bottom right corner. And, you know, RTV is always there to help you. We have BlueLaVaMedia as a test company for the very reason that we have a successful model up, going, cranking, profitable, doing really well. So we want to share what we're doing so that that success can go to you. So, hey, let's get started. We're going to start off today by talking about probably one of the most important things I see as being vital to your business. And if you don't have some of this set up, write it down, but you're going to spend a lot of times over in the settings. We're going to first talk about the most important thing is your WOM, your word of mouth marketing. You've heard me say this so many times. It's so important that when you create a project in RTV that as agents put it on social media and their sphere of influence, 30-40% of which are other agents, see those projects. They're going to see your name in the URL. They're going to see your logo on the projects. So that's all done through the MyBrand, or most of it anyway. We don't want them to see RealTourVision or anything like that. So you're going to set up your MyBrand. If you already have this, you can skip ahead a little bit in the video, but wait, because there's a couple other things. This Google Map API key down here is going to be vital. You're going to want to follow the steps for that, and then you're going to want to follow the steps for your storefront. So once, if you don't have your Google Map API key set up, for example, you're going to notice when your projects come up, it's going to say for development purposes only down here on your map. And so if it says for development purposes only, you know that you don't have your Google Map API properly set up. So that's really important. If your map says that, you want to go and you want to either call our support center and get some help. It really would be any of the maps within the system if any of them say that. So, and you can tell pretty quickly whether or not that's set up appropriately. So MyBrand, just hit the instructions, easy to do. Your portal and storefront, again, real easy to do. This is all done in your DNS. And then a favicon, I've got mine set up so that when you go to, for example, BlueLaVaMedia and you go into my storefront, you see up here, I have the BlueLava favicon. So that's all really cool stuff that you should do. We'll get into storefront stuff in a different chat, but MyBrand is probably the most important thing. So moving on. The next thing that I think is super important for harnessing your word of mouth recognition in WOM and being set up for maximum efficiency is putting your affiliate on every single project. What's the affiliate? Well, let me show you. Pull up a project here. See the logo that's down here in the lower left corner? That's the logo that we put on every project, branded and non-branded at BlueLaVaMedia. We do that because A, we're giving away discounted photography and video services. So we want to put our logo on it, and that's non-negotiable. Out of the gate, we do that at BlueLaVaMedia. We just tell our customers that comes with every project, and that goes right to our website, and it's a special landing page over at BlueLaVaMedia that talks about why it's important to use a professional photographer. So as the agents put these property websites out there, and as other people see the agent and see the property website, remember a lot of home shoppers are probably also home sellers who could use your services. So that should be non-negotiable. Your logo should be on every project that you do, and if you want, you can pin it to the bottom of your property website. I recommend letting it float so that it's always there, and it works really well. We get a lot of hits, so this is called the affiliate. We get a lot of hits that over to our affiliate. This ends up being, these are impressions and these are clicks. This literally ends up being about 30 clicks, 25 to 30 clicks a month. And other people that put their affiliates on their RTV projects, we've done the math on their accounts, and it's like 25 to 30 clicks a month. People, highly relevant people visiting your website, other agents, and again, home shoppers who are probably also statistically speaking, home sellers. So a great thing to do. You want to set up your affiliate, and by the way, that should be a transparent PNG file. So you're going to upload that, use a transparent PNG so that it's not blocky. If you don't have one, reach out to the person that did your logo's design and make sure you do a transparent PNG. One little thing to mention here, you're probably going to want to talk to your MLS. I have another video all about joining your MLS and questions that you should ask your MLS. That is available on our YouTube channel. If you need a link to that, I can drop one in the description here. Make sure you like us, by the way. But you want to contact your MLS and make sure that it's okay for you to put your branding on your projects, especially the ones that are going to go on the MLS, the non-branded projects. In Traverse City here at BlueLaVaMedia, we're allowed to put our branding on both. So you probably want to get that in writing, but just send an email and make sure. The next thing I want to point out here while we're here, I know a lot of you love RTV, and so many people don't know about this, but RTV has a wonderful reseller program in place. We pay 20% year one, 10% year two, and a 3% lifetime commission. So if you're out there in social, somebody says, hey, what's the best system to use? You can say, hey, we use RTV. They send us jobs, all this cool stuff. They've got a great platform, virtual tour software built in. You have a reseller link here. When that lead comes in, it's tied to you, and it's pretty cool. So we'll let you know as leads come in that are registered to you, and then our sales team will try to close those leads. When we do, the first commission goes to the RTV salesperson. All subsequent purchases go to you. So it's pretty awesome. So check that out. Be ready to throw those out there if the opportunity comes up. Most importantly here, you guys, under the settings, you really want to fill out your company information. This is going to do a couple things. This is going to brand some of your stuff. You're able to, this is where we're going to map you from for TourTrack, where we send you jobs from our national accounts. We have a whole separate video on that, more on that. You can visit the TourTrack orientation page off the bottom of your dashboard at the bottom there to learn more about it. But this is really how we map you so we can send you jobs within your service area. This is going to provide links back to your website, so fill out your company information. And then you're also going to want to fill out your profile. Your profile here is really important for making your gallery look good. And I'm going to get to the gallery in just a minute, but the profile is super important. Put in a nice about us. Notice how I put in some backlinks and pointing back to our website, because your gallery is going to rank in the search engines, and so are your customer galleries really well, by the way, really well. For example, if you type in Traverse City virtual tours, my gallery is like #1 ranking. Here's another gallery for Christina Roberts. So you could type in Beulah. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I have a whole other SEO thing on that, but they rank really well. And so fill out your profile. You've got some stuff here. I don't have LinkedIn. I don't have a Pinterest, but your project gallery link is down here, and that all comes from setting up your MyBrand. Once your gallery is done, you can go over here, you guys. I want you to fill this. This stuff's really important. I know it seems tedious, but it really polishes up nicely, especially as these little billboards for you start ranking in the search engines and people start finding them. So when you click on your project gallery, you can do some pretty cool stuff here. The first thing that I think that is good, well, first thing you want to make sure that it's enabled, but you can upload a really cool background picture. I know mine is so-so, but it's kind of iconic with Traverse City. I do the classic style on the sizing, but you can scale to fit or crop to fit. So there's all kinds of different backgrounds you can choose from, or you can upload one of your own. Map, I have defaulting to satellite view, scale to fit. My hero slide I have set to 5, and you can actually now you can do your own custom hero banners. This is brand new, but I haven't taken advantage of it yet, but this actually allows you to upload like your favorite 10 or 15 just awesome money shots to your gallery, and then it will scroll. Really cool stuff. Here's how you can do your page title SEO. So if somebody were to Google Traverse City real estate photography and virtual tours, obviously you want your gallery right here's my gallery. You want that to pop. So think about what you name your gallery, because that's important. If you have questions, give me a call. I'm more than happy to help you through this stuff, and so is our support team. But that's how I have mine set up, and I have a nice description, all that stuff. So profile, company settings, social sites, gallery. When you're done, by the way, the social sites come through. They look like this on the left side. So you can see we've got visit my website, and then we've got these social sites here. So these are BlueLava, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. So pretty cool, some nice customization. And again, make sure you take advantage of that, that custom hero. This is the hero up top that you're seeing. So pretty cool stuff there, you guys. So let's go into syndication. This is really important. So there are about 10 or 12 MLS boards in the US that we syndicate to. This can be a very confusing page for a lot of you. If your MLS is not listed here, this page does nothing for you from here down, okay? A regional MLS board, there's not a whole bunch of them that we automatically syndicate to, because there's not a whole lot of them that have that technical capability. Any of them that do have the technical capability, we make a partnership with, and we make it automatic so that you can push a button. So if you don't see, if your MLS isn't one of these, if you're not in one of these states, do not flip these green. It's going to do nothing for you. Okay, there. That's my nickel speech on that. Syndication here, though, you want to enable syndication to project gallery and RSS for new projects. So you probably want this turned off. And the reason being is that most of the time that you finish up a project and deliver it to an agent, you probably don't want it showing up on your map, for example, or in their gallery, for example, or in your RSS feeds, for example, because it's not listed yet. Displaying a property anywhere online before it's listed could get you in a lot of trouble. Sued possibly. So you want to make sure that you're not broadcasting or emailing out in a hot sheet or sending any information that could be found on the web, because our property websites do rank on the web and the gallery pages do. You probably want that off. When you get the MLS information, beds, bath, price, square footage, description, you'll flip it green, and I'll show you more on that in a second. Notice how I have tours turned off. So a minute ago when I showed you my property, my project gallery, you don't see virtual tours on here. I only syndicate property websites, and there's a reason for that. Let me tell you the reason. So when we pull up a property website that BlueLaVaMedia did, property websites do very, very well in the search engines, and they do very well when someone looks at a property website. They're sticky. People look at them for a longer period of time than they do a virtual tour. There's more information here. They tend to read beds, baths, price, square footage. They tend to play around with the map, look at the weather perhaps. The virtual tour is embedded right into the property website. So it's the same tour, we put it right there. Now what this does to your traffic report is every time one of these images pops, it's counting as a scene view. When the virtual tour loads, it's counting each one of these as a scene view. So every time I hit one of these, it's a scene view on that project's project seller's report. So not only do I think people stay on property websites longer, I firmly believe that they do a little bit better of a job when it comes to showing a nice, robust seller's report. That's something that the agent's going to get every week from you. They can share that information with the home seller. And by looking at these right now, all these are showing up as scene views. So when Deborah gets her traffic report come Monday, this is going to show an awful lot of hits that we just did from today, scene views. So I don't give out virtual tours. I only give out property websites because I think people look at them longer. I know they do. And I also know that they generate a more robust traffic report. So when the agent sends that to the home seller, they wow, we got a lot of views, we got a lot of eyeballs on our property. So you guys can experiment with that a little bit, but so I have tours turned off. That means that tours don't go out to my into my RSS feeds. They don't go into any of the galleries. I only deliver property websites. So that's when the agent, when this is ready, let me show you on a project level. I'll kind of explain this a little bit. Let me go to one of our projects. Let me find one that is ready to go, and that would be green. So these are all syndication is turned off. That's what the red means, okay? Any of these that are red, syndication is turned off. Okay, let me find one that's green. There's one. That means it's live on the MLS. Green means go, okay? We flipped it green here when we added beds, bath, price, square footage. We add all that. We see that it's live on the MLS. We use the easy MLS feature to pull it in from Realtor.com into RTV and then save, and then we flip it green after we're sure that all the information looks good. Once that's green, it's good to go and it goes out. So this is really the very last thing that you're going to do after you get all of the information and you know that it's live on the MLS. Once it goes on to the MLS, once the non-branded tour goes live on the MLS, it goes out to the big six, okay? The big six being Realtor.com, Movoto, Trulia, Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com, okay? When anybody looks at your project on any of those websites, RTV's technology flips the non-branded and we display the branded. So for example, if it were out on Realtor.com, the Moon More team doesn't have to log into Realtor.com and add the branded. They don't have to log into Zillow and add the branded. They don't have to log into Trulia or Movoto, which you can do, and add the branded. RTV's technology can detect it, even though Movoto is pulling the non-branded from the MLS. As soon as someone's on Movoto and looking at the project, it flips and it shows the branded. So that's pretty cool. So the syndication will also come into play with your hot sheet. If you're doing a hot sheet, if you're not, I highly recommend that you do. And that's going to be under RSS feeds here. This is your hot sheet code. So basically everything here, your map code, if you put an interactive map on your website, your RSS feed and your hot sheet, all of those are going to pull projects that have been turned green. That means syndication go, okay? So keep that all in mind when we're talking about, projects coming to completion. So there's some information about the syndication page, and I have mine set up to just do property websites. I think you should too, but you don't have to. If you have both of those, it's going to show both on your galleries. I think again, you're going to get much better traffic reports if you do just property websites. Okay, let's talk a little bit about music. If you don't set this up, you guys, in the beginning, you're going to waste a lot of time aimlessly wandering around in hundreds of music clips, picking music clips. The music section is here for you to take an hour of your time. Just listen to each one, the beginning, not the whole song. At BlueLaVaMedia, we have about 40 that we starred. We put the crummy ones, the ones that we don't like, to the bottom, or the ones that are old or outdated to the bottom. There are some in here that I'm sure that you're going to like. If you don't like some, you can upload your own. When you find one that you liked, star it, okay? In your master settings, star it, and then send it to the top. What does the star do? Well, The star is going to allow you to use this really cool feature down here called Shuffle. I have mine set to 3. Every time we create a new project at BlueLaVaMedia, the system automatically puts 3 of our starred randomly of our favorite songs onto a project property website. So you can do 1, 2, 3, all. Don't do all, for God's sakes. It'll add all the songs to your It'll add all the starred songs to your project, or you can add 0. I don't even know why 0 would be an option, but we do 3 at BlueLaVaMedia. Pretty cool. You can also like mass update your volume. I have my volumes at 15. That seems to be a good sweet spot where it's not too crazy loud. So music is awesome. Remember, send one to the top by hitting this little button. So if you like it, send it to the top, but star it first, and then you can kind of organize your music. But in a perfect world, you should be able to make these projects and not have to select any music clips, okay? Let's move over to property website settings, okay? Property website settings. So we're going to first set up your default links. So you want to enable your property website. If it's not, you're going to want to enable your advanced options. That's all that fun stuff down there. Yes, we want that enabled. You're going to want to choose a default layout. So at BlueLaVaMedia, I absolutely love Centauri and I absolutely love Monarch. They're both gorgeous. Monarch is really good, you guys, if you're doing let's say a 3D tour, Zillow, or a floor plan. Those will show up as components in the bottom. So see how the floor plan, I just like it. It's cool because you don't have to there's not a tab to click in. With Monarch, your virtual tours here, your Zillow 3D or your iGuide or Matterport or whatever will be right here. In this case, there's a floor plan, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I like it. It's a neat layout. And just so you know, I'm going to get the agent's get the agent's contact information at the top of Monarch. So it'll be at the top and at the bottom. So I am going to do that so that so that we'll have that. That has been something that I've wanted and a lot of people have asked. So pick your favorite, pick your default. By default, mine is Centauri. Unless they get a Zillow or a floor plan or some other kind of media, then we flip them to Monarch. So you're going to want to make sure your brand is in the URL, not RTV's. So make sure you choose your brand. As you're making these changes, hit save. I'll let you guys take a quick snapshot of my property website settings here. So go ahead, you could do a screenshot if you want to. Some of the things that I think that really should stick out to you is I don't enable panorama scenes in the hero. On the audio, I have it on autoplay with background music. You guys can play with your own settings there. I have tour embed with play thumb turned off, meaning by default, I want all my property websites to automatically play the tour. And again, this basically comes back to me wanting to actively get those traffic reports up. So as somebody's scrolling down the property website, yeah, I want this to load. What I don't want there to be a play thumb button there for them to jump out to another tab and leave the property website. So I am vehemently against that. I really am a big proponent of you just playing the tour when they scroll down to that section. So that's what that means, and I think that you should pick that as well. But here are my settings. These are some of the really important things. You're going to want to, so one of the big things here, folks, you're going to want to do whatever you do to branded, you need to do to non-branded, okay? So you should hit save, but then you want to go down here and you want to make sure that you save it as your defaults for all your agents and brokers and owners. And then you want to make all the same changes to the non-branded. So what you do to branded, you're going to do to non-branded. Come over here, make the same changes, and then hit save, and then save it once to your defaults, and then again to all of your agents, brokers, and owners. Okay, so what you do to one, you're going to want to do to another. So don't forget to save. Let's go over here to tour options, you guys. There's a few things in tour options that I think are really, I'm going to leave that. Yes, we're going to leave. There's a few things in tour options that I think are really important, just setting yourself up for the maximum, like the high impact and success. I think the first thing is we've got various tour players. If you're using Fusion Experience, these will be off. I personally want to get them right to the first image. I don't want a loader screen. I don't want a background image and a whole bunch of fireworks to go off before we get to the first image. Some of you like that, and that's okay. Fusion Experience is really cool, especially if you're doing a project or a virtual tour for, say, like the tour we did for Margaritaville. It's really cool because a splash screen comes up and it shows all this really cool stuff. Let me bring that up for you. Okay, right, here we go. So this is example of Fusion Experience. You see like the Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, the splash screen comes up, and then we get into the virtual tour. So for that kind of application, it's really cool. But for the most part, when I'm doing real estate stuff, this is Fusion Experience. You see the little handlebars on the side come in, and it's just different. So I prefer at BlueLaVaMedia, I prefer to use Fusion Slim. And then I have Fusion Slim Carousel. So that's the little carousel that's on the bottom. It's always up and it's flat. So check that out. I really like Fusion Slim with Carousel. The other thing that you're going to want to do here, and I think this is really important, okay, really important, is the mouse drag. Go ahead and take a couple screenshots if you want of my settings. I'll go there, okay, and then we'll go there, the second half. So you can check some of that out. The other one is the mouse drag, and I believe most of you are probably going to have your mouse set to drag because I made that the new default for all new people coming in, I think in like 2019. But some of you might be legacy and have it set to steer. And honestly, it got to where like the only people in the industry that were doing steer was RTV. Google and all the other companies did the drag, and that means like your mouse, click, pull, right? Whereas steer is click, move the mouse to go this way, move the mouse to go this way. It's kind of hard to explain, but drag is actually grabbing, clicking versus click, right, left. It's kind of, you'll have to play with them and pull up a tour with a pano, but the whole industry uses drag, so you should use drag too. I think that that's going to set you up for the most success. Let's talk about deliverables, settings, master settings over to, oh, by the way, one more thing. Make sure you save to your defaults and then apply those changes to all your agents, brokers, and owners. Okay, so 2 saves. Over to deliverables and links. This is really important for you to set this up, you guys. Deliverables and links, if you want to take a snapshot of what mine looks like, feel free to take a picture of that right now. But deliverables and links, we've got a lot of different tabs to cover here. We've got the delivery site, delivery email, media only, watermarks. If you do pay to download, the system is going to use your company logo. Most of you probably uploaded a transparent PNG as your company logo in your company profile over here. If that's already a transparent PNG, you've got, you probably don't need to upload a new one under the watermarks. If it is a block of or any other kind, you may want to upload your own company watermark back here. Totally up to you. I don't, because mine's already, when people do pay to download, there's a BlueLava logo and it looks great. So it's so you don't have to put a watermark there if you already have a transparent PNG. I have enable payment on mine. I have new order button, all this stuff. We go into deep dive on a training video, but the big thing to really point out here on deliverables is really getting back to how I only deliver property websites. I have all the virtual tour stuff shut off. Just save yourself the time. Only give your clients the property websites if you want to copy what I'm doing. So you're going to turn virtual tour off, virtual tour embed, iframe, media gallery, tiny tour URL. Keeping it simple for your customer and only giving them one option. Put this on the MLS, put this on social. Simple, like keep it so simple. If you give them embed code and all that stuff, their heads are going to be spinning. So some of that stuff's going to be really good if you do business productions, shoot a local restaurant or something like that. But for most of what you're going to do, if it's real estate, this is going to be work perfectly well for you. So that's my delivery site setup. Down here, you're going to put in I use crop to fit. My MLS maximum size in Traverse City is 2304 by 1536. You need to call your MLS, that's in that other video, find out what's the maximum allowed size. And then this is going to automatically resize all your photos for your customers so they don't have to do it. And they're all ready to go. So your MLS resized zip is all ready to go. Maximum resolution, and you don't have to worry about them messing it up because it's all resized perfectly. So I use crop to fit. I use numbered scene order. I use numbered scene order, you guys. This is important to mention because there's some, there's some different things here. When we design a production, we go from the outside and we go inside the home. And so we put everything in order in the media manager. And so when we bundle a zip, it puts it in order. So when an agent uploads it to the MLS, it tells the same story that their marketing experts, BlueLaVaMedia, chose to put it in. If they want to move it around from there, they can. But we tell the story of the property within the media manager, and then the agent can just upload and they are already in the right order. So again, saving you time, your customers will love you, and that's important. So that's a very important thing to put, scene order. Crop to fit. I have my resized download button name. This is a new feature, but I have mine set to download MLS resized photos. Otherwise, it just says resized. So that's a new feature. And then you can have custom media zips back here. I have mine all ready to go at 2304 at 1536. You're going to hit save again twice. One says your defaults, one says your agents and brokers. So pretty cool. That's how my delivery site is set up. So when I go to a project, let me go to page 2. Thank you for watching this. If you watched this far, I really appreciate it. And we are getting a lot of great stuff accomplished today. But you can see when we go into the deliverables and links here, it's going to copy all that stuff. It's all ready to go. I don't have to flip any of these switches. It's already off. Everything is set up here for maximum efficiency. I can just pretty much, you don't even have to hit compile. If you just send this to your customer, it will compile both before it sends. So some of you that sit here and hit compile and wait, you're wasting your time. If it makes you feel better, go ahead and CC yourself right here just to make sure. Put in your own name there and you'll get a copy of it. You'll get a copy of exactly what the agent gets, but it's going to compile them both before it sends it to your customer. So you can just literally, if you're ready to go, you can just hit send, okay? And if it sends it, or when it sends it, after it does the compile, it'll put it here, and you'll also get a confirmation email in your email. So that's all set to go. Let's take a look at email templates while we're talking about that. So emails, this is great. This is a lot of stuff here. It's important for you to set this up. I can't stress this enough. If you don't see 6 out of 6, and you're using custom emails, you gotta see 6 out of 6. I highly recommend setting up two emails. 2 emails. One email is the accounts to send all the emails from. All your deliverables, all your real estate photo shoot is done. I set up a second email, and I just created an alias using my Microsoft Exchange that I get through GoDaddy. It's free. I set up an alias that is just reports at BlueLaVaMedia.com. So my reports at BlueLaVaMedia.com are, yes, you guessed it, the weekly sellers report. So because some agents just don't know and they flag it, I don't want my info at BlueLaVaMedia getting flagged. You can go back and we can remove stuff with Amazon, but if you set up a custom email, you're going to want to go through and you're going to want to follow all the instructions right here. So you're going to want to watch everything in this help section on setting up a custom email, okay? Your DKIM and DMARC, give us a call if you need help. By default, you're going to just send through our tour mail server, which has a reputation of like 99%. It's through our account, and we pay to send the emails. It's a paid service, but it's highly deliverable. It's going to hit the inbox. But I will tell you, if you have a Gmail, it may not. If your main email address is like Bob so-and-so, bobsmedia@gmail.com, Gmail does not like seeing bobsmedia.gmail at tourmail server. So it looks spoofy. At the end of the day, I highly recommend that you set up a custom email. And honestly, you guys, it should be from your own domain. If you don't understand what I mean, it means my emails are at BlueLaVaMedia.com. It's not at Hotmail, at Ymail, at Yahoo, at Gmail. It's at BlueLaVaMedia. It's the highest reputation that you can get. And once you set up your DKIM and your DMARC, follow the instructions in that video, you're going to be set up for success. So this is a really important aspect of it. Let's talk about templates, okay? This is really important that you set up your templates. So you've got order notifications, guest checkout, invoices, delivery page, and I also have a signature. So I have a whole signature set up here. My signature teaches people how to get the most out of their marketing center. I have it right here. This is my white labeled marketing center training video right here. So at the bottom of everything that I send, need help using our marketing center, click here. And the marketing center training video is free. It's available to you off of your dashboard here. If you don't go in the Business Resource Center, you're missing out. We have white labeled delivery site training for your customers. We have white labeled marketing training for your customers. And we have all kinds of marketing pieces for you, as well as hours and hours of listening enjoyment from yours truly. So a lot of cool stuff back here to help you grow your business. So I point to that video, I click here so people understand how to link. This is a really cool page here. This page that goes to this Boost real estate listing marketing service. So visit BlueLaVaMedia.com. So let me pull that up on a text document so that you can see it. Go to BlueLaVaMedia.com, real estate listing marketing service, and you guys can copy that page. Feel free to copy it. It's also on the bottom. I think I have it on the bottom of our website or resources, utilizing our marketing services. So sorry, you don't even have to do that. So yeah, utilizing our marketing services, I link to that, and that's a very valuable page for your customers to know, how do I get the most out of what you're giving me? And we tell them, we show them what to do, how to link, how to get it on. So feel free to copy that. That's gonna set you up for success. So we have a signature here. Our delivery page email, notice how in the top, hello, first user, first name, you can set up this template by adding things in. It's real easy to edit your template. Notice how I put, please access our delivery page through the link below. If you need help using our delivery page, please watch the video. Well, that's the video from the right here. That's the one that Chad did. It's awesome. And they can't mess it up after that. It clearly shows them how to pay their invoice, how to download their photos, super easy, and it's great. So I link to that right here, and then their link, their delivery site link goes right there at the bottom. So I have set mine up, again, for success. So the templates are great. Let's talk a little bit about user controls down here next. And there's videos on all this, but user controls are for when your customers, you give them access to your portal. I only have a couple customers. Pretty much everybody does everything off the delivery site. I don't welcome people go in because you can do everything off the delivery site or delivery page, right? But people that really want to go in and move their photos around and all that stuff, by default, I don't give them access to much. If you want to take a snapshot of this, this is what I give them access to. You can play this again, take a couple snapshots, boom. And boom, you can see I pretty much have everything turned off. They have access to traffic reports, traffic report option, external videos I have on. I don't know why I have that on. Amenities, deliverables and links, and media manager. I believe if they have access to external videos, they can add their own, but might have to circle back on that one. But very little access. Very, very little access. And what does that mean? Well, it means when your customer logs in to a project, so log in as agent, and then we go to edit a project. This one's not even done. So that's not a really good example, but it's how much control you want to give them access to. So that's exactly what that does there. So pretty cool. I'm going to try and let me find somebody that has a project that's done here. Oh, I know that she does here. Okay, let me log in as the agent and click on this one. And so here we go. So this is all we're giving them access to: metadata, tour options, themes, traffic reports. So that's really it. It's very, very little access. So very, very little access. All right, moving on. So that's user controls. One of the big things I think all of you guys need to know about, and this is so important, it's a huge time saver, and I know I'm running out of time. This is a long video. It's a lot longer than my last one that I did on this, but it's because we've got so much more to talk about, right? Okay, so last up here is just going to be in the Media Manager. If you guys aren't using our imports and you're using an editor, you're really wasting a lot of time. Our imports are amazing. The import features allow you to literally hit the import button and bring in your Kubicasa, Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and SmugMug. So the import is if your editor gives you a link to a Dropbox Dropbox folder back, you can literally just bring it right in and you don't have to download and upload. It's going to save you so much time. At BlueLaVaMedia, when we moved over to this, it literally, I've got to tell you, it seriously saves probably 5 to 7 minutes per project. Now, if you're doing 1,400 shoots a year, what is that? 7,000 minutes. It's like 116 hours. Like it's crazy. It's crazy savings. So yeah, it's a big time saver. So the Dropbox is just going to be your best friend. And if you have if you'd like us to add other imports, let us know. But we've got most of the big ones covered. So very cool imports, awesome. Integrations. Let's talk about integrations. And I swear I'm almost done. So we're going to do integrations and then tracking codes. So integrations are under your master settings. They're down here. You're going to want to link your Kubicasa. That makes it so fast for you guys to bring in your floor plans and make an interactive floor plan. Bring your floor plans into your delivery site, all of that stuff. You can bring them right into the Media Manager, all through this integration. That is a great tool. So so you're going to want to do that. Tracking codes. This is your Facebook pixel, and this is your Facebook pixel and your Google. So let me show you what Google Analytics looks like. Actually, I've got a whole other video on that, but you can actually download the Google Analytics to your phone, and you can show real-time how many people are looking at all your tours. It is amazing. And then, of course, you can put Facebook Pixel. I have my Google Analytics set and my Facebook Pixel. So people that look at BlueLava, if I run BlueLava ads, those are going to show up for them. So it's really, really cool. Anybody that looks at your tours will get remarketed to through Facebook. Google Analytics is more for maybe when you're doing a presentation to show, hey, these tours, these property websites get a lot of views, and take a look. There's 15 people on the internet looking at them right now. So it's just this helps you with your office presentations. So check out those two integrations. Finally, YouTube integration is awesome. YouTube integration is going to allow you to go into the video creator over here on a project. Let's take a look at one of those projects we looked at for Don, I believe was on page 3, and there he is. We go to video creator. On the video creator, we made a video for Don. We did not, yes, we did, video status ready. But let me show you what that looks like on Don's delivery page. So the video creator makes it real easy for you to make a video, a social media video. We are going to be overhauling this so that you can do vertical reels and all kinds of cool stuff with iconography. Right now, as long as here you have social media videos turned on right here, social media videos. If you make a YouTube video, it's going to show up on the delivery site under marketing as a social media video right here. It's really cool. That makes it really easy for you to have that set up, but you've got to go through the integration first. So you've got to go through the setup under your settings, and then connect your YouTube channel. One of the things I'll point out, by default, all of your, see this rip to video here? These are all going to be set to green all the way across. If you want to make like a 1-minute reel for the agent, for Instagram or something, or for Facebook, you can go bulk edit, okay, bulk edit, all the scenes. So you're going to flip them, you're just going to go all the scenes, and hit next. And then you can, well, here, I'll go halfway through it for you. And then I'm going to turn rip to video off, hit apply, and then I'm going to select like my favorite 10 photos that I think are iconic for this house. Front, back, beautiful view here, nice view here, living room here. And you're just going to kind of pick 10 scenes. 10 usually ends up being like 1 minute. And then hit save. Then go over to your video creator, down to your video creator. I think I could have gotten there a different way. And then hit boom, rip to video. So pretty cool, pretty easy to do. So that is your video integration. That's your Dropbox, your YouTube, and your Kubicasa, and all your tracking codes. We're going to make another video on the rest of the settings here, on the ordering settings. So I hope you've liked this video. Thanks for sticking in with me. 45 minutes is a long time. My last video that I did on this was several years ago. We didn't have half of the features, so this was a well-needed update. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your business. Your loyalty means a lot to me, and your support. So have a great day. And hey, remember, if you love what you do, it's not a job. Thanks a lot. See you later.